That's legit.
A sweet ass sweater.
I want a sweet ass sweater. You do have a sweet ass sweater on.
Yeah, this one's pretty sweet too.
I think it's funny.
Oh, Milk Gang Media.
Milk Gang Media.
Milk Gang Media. Hashtag it.
Get up on that shit.
Yeah.
It's funny. I got a new t-shirt on, which is legit.
MTV. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, right. But is it weird that every time I buy a t-shirt, I'm like, that's gonna look really dope on the podcast?
Yeah,
Like, that's the first thing that pops through my head.
That's
I'm
why
like,
I wore this one. I was like, I'm gonna wear Sam's sweater.
it's gonna be. Do you remember MTV? Like when you were around?
Yeah, I was still pretty young. There was a lot of stuff like, I mean, I liked watching music videos.
I was gonna say, did it play music?
It played music videos, yeah. I remember those days.
Yeah, but me and MTV almost have the same birthday.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Yeah, like 1981.
Nice.
Is when it started. Yeah, obviously I don't remember it.
Yeah, well, yeah. But yeah, when I saw MTV, and it did have some music videos, but that was like circa 2000, so it was like TLC, Britney Spears.
That's when it was like Total Request Live.
Yeah.
TRL with Carson Daly.
Carson Daly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man. People used to run home and like call, vote in stuff.
Yeah, so I never really did that, but I was also like, I don't know. I didn't watch a lot of TV at that time. If I watched TV, I watched TV with Dad.
Yeah.
I didn't spend a lot of time in my room watching TV.
I gotcha. I love
My dad sure the fuck wasn't watching that.
He wasn't watching.
Hell no.
He wasn't watching that. Now you have to watch it. Like they put out the videos on like YouTube, and there's another app.
You know,
There's a music video app.
like something with a V.
Yeah, it is something with a V. Yep.
Blop.
That's it. That's
Blop,
it.
blop. It's that.
Yeah, I remember like
Vizio?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it is something. No, that's my TV.
Oh,
Yeah, it's a Vizio TV.
whatever.
Yeah,
It's something with a V. You know what we're talking about, internet life.
Yeah, but I used to like run home, like I watched videos as a kid, and then it just slowly turned weird.
Yeah.
And then-
I didn't like the reality shows on there.
I think they don't even play music anymore.
Probably not.
I don't even know the last time they played music. Have you seen that meme where it's like if MTV kept playing music and it was this utopian society with like if they just kept doing that instead of playing like garbage
The
TV.
same kind of pictures if they were like, oh, if Nikola Tesla, got to do it instead of Thomas Edison.
Yeah.
But with music.
Yeah.
Music runs the world.
That's true. That is true.
If there's nothing I miss more than life right now, it's live music.
Is the
It's
vibrations.
the fucking vibrations on my body and dancing like a maniac.
When's the next time you're going to be able to maniac dance?
I mean, there are some shows happening. A few of my friends in Tennessee.
I was about to say,
I got Night Frog. I got all my friends in Tennessee. They do their DJ stuff, so they're still putting on shows in local places.
like in people's houses or like
Like a venue, or like smaller venues, like kind of like bars and then like open spaces.
That's cool. You should go to Florida. You can do whatever the fuck you want in Florida.
Yeah, we were supposed to do that shit in Florida. We were supposed to go to Reggae Rise Up, and they were like, we postponed it, and then they're like, hey, it'll be out in May, maybe.
Yeah.
And then they're like, we changed our mind.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd buy a ticket for anything right now.
Well, I bought a ticket last year.
Yeah. So
So
you get to keep it.
Yeah.
But still, I don't know if
But they keep canceling it and postponing it. Which
that's why I wouldn't buy a ticket.
I get, but
I get it too, but like, I mean, why
we bought this before pandemic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The sweatshirt or the ticket?
No, sweatshirt was, one of those Facebook grabs.
Yeah.
Sam was like, I like that.
Oh, dude, I Facebook grabs that psychedelic water.
So
That's why I sent it to you, man. So
you're like, I'm getting that.
yeah, I was just like, what the fuck is this? So it's like, we'll drink
what
it.
fun herbs are in that? Because I mean, okay, it's not like LSD and water.
Yeah,
it's not
so
that.
like everyone's freaking out. So there's this new drink. It's called psychedelic water. It's not going to make you like trip balls or anything.
Yeah, but it's supposed to make you relax.
Yeah, well, so it's not hallucinogenic because those are illegal. Like you can't just sell like here's some
Unless you go to Oregon.
Yeah, well, you know what I mean. It's got 3 herbs in it they're supplements or whatever that are psychoactive.
Yeah.
So that means they're like alcohol. This is actually no alcohol today.
No alcohol today.
No
also,
alcohol.
it's
Yeah, you're drinking green
early.
tea. You're drinking green tea, man. Yeah, the last podcast I got really drunk.
I mean, yeah.
I got like really lit on that one.
I mean, you drank most of the bottle.
Did I?
Kind of.
Okay, I don't know why I drank so much.
I had one drink.
I had all of the drinks. And I only drink on podcast Saturdays. So like we didn't do a podcast the week before, so I went 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And I didn't eat for 24 hours.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that.
You're like, oh, I didn't eat today.
Yeah,
That makes
'cause
alcohol different.
Yeah, so I had on Friday we record on Saturdays.
Yeah.
So on Friday I had an early dinner.
Yeah.
Then I went to sleep. I woke up, went to work on Saturday, came back here.
Yeah, and then we kind of
Just started,
yeah.
started, and that was a long one. So it was like 3.5 hours
Yeah,
because
after,
bullshit.
yeah.
Yeah. So, which is, I mean, awesome bullshit. But I was like, just sipping on it, and then like I got
And you're
drunk
like,
quick.
"Beer."
Yeah, I was watching. I was like, oh, that's kind of embarrassing. I wish I would have done that, man.
That's okay. We got word. Shout out Malik for listening to our stuff.
Yeah, man.
He was like, I listen. I got something in my cup too.
Yeah, sometimes it's fun just to listen to Dr. Odom get drunk.
Yeah, it's good stuff. We had fun.
Well, there's a couple things going on. I got sad over my dog, or maybe I got sad over my dog because I was drunk. I'm not sure which one.
I mean, a little bit of both.
Yeah, it's probably a little bit of both.
Interchangeable.
Yeah, but I wasn't drinking because of that. But like I said, I didn't eat very much, and then it just started.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think I drink that much.
I mean, yeah, I think you had like 2 drinks. It's a small bottle. The bottle's an illusion.
It is an
with
illusion.
how many drinks are in there.
Yeah, it is an illusion.
It probably only has like 4
Yeah.
actual shots,
Yeah.
or like what you would have in like a ice and alcohol beverage.
Yeah, and then so that was Valentine's Day weekend.
Yeah.
So I had a date.
How'd that dinner go, bruh?
Not that good, man. First of all,
Okay, let's start with the nothing you could control. How was the restaurant?
it was awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, we went to this place. It's like this fancy Italian place down the street. It was cool.
It's at the Hotel Indigo. It's called something else.
No, it's like right beside it. There's like a new condos that opened up,
Yeah.
and it's like on the bottom floor.
Yeah.
I didn't even know it existed. It's pretty dope.
Yeah.
It's super nice. It's not even. It's not like it looks like super expensive, but like it wasn't.
Nice.
You know what I mean?
Normal prices.
Yeah, normal prices. Not like McDonald's prices, but like normal restaurant prices, but look fancy.
Yeah.
So, but I don't think it had much of a chance because I was fucking lit. And that wasn't on purpose. That wasn't like subconscious. You know what I mean? It was nothing like that. It just, I just was like, oh man, I didn't know we were going to talk for that long. I didn't know I was going to drink the whole time. And then,
Yeah. And then it happened.
It just happened, man. And then it was just it was a weird date. It wasn't
okay.
a love match. Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes you just go out to food with a stranger.
Yeah, it's fair.
Go out to food.
Yeah. I go out to food. Me and the
Go
food.
out to food.
It was so bad that I woke up at like 4 a.m. and yacked.
Oh.
I haven't done that in a long time, man.
Yeah.
So I was
Be like,
I woke up and
out of my body.
Yeah, I woke up and threw up all the fancy Italian food. I was like, oh God, what the fuck did I do?
You're like, oh.
Well, so I got kind of drunk on the podcast.
Yeah.
And then she came over and then she wanted some wine because I have all that wine over there.
Yeah.
And I hate wine. It's also my like sick maker. As soon as this wine touches my tongue, I'm like, oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So I was like, yeah, it's fine. I want to get rid of it anyway because it's just sitting there.
Yeah.
And then, so we had, I don't know if I drank some, we had some wine or whatever. And then we went to the place and then our reservation was jacked up. So we're supposed to be, I'm gonna make this up at 8:30.
Yeah.
I don't remember the actual time, but they got, so like their system got crazy. So like we didn't have a reservation, but I did, but I had the thing. I was like, it says it there, you know, I don't know what else to do.
I did it.
Yeah. I
interneted it.
So they're like, okay, it's cool. But we had to wait like an hour, which is cool. But then like, I'm not gonna say she fed me drinks because that's not fair. But it seemed like I was just getting fed more drinks.
Yeah, and you're like, every time my drink was empty, I had another one.
Yeah, it did. And then so it was like I was mixing all these weird alcohols, and we went because it was a fancy restaurant, so like we had like fancy drinks. You know what I mean? I'll try this weird purple thing or whatever.
Oh yeah, the one in the picture.
Yeah,
you're like, I want to try that.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah.
From what I remember. And then like we were just hanging out having dinner, and it was probably me. I was real contrarian. I got done like when I like the next morning I woke up I was like, why was that wasn't being a dick.
Yeah.
That's not fair.
Are you being like snarky or explain what'd you say, contrarian?
Yeah, just like whatever she said, I thought the opposite.
Oh, I don't mean to do that to Sam, but I definitely do that. He'll be like, here's a fact. And I'm like, no, I don't think so. And he's like, Sarah, you don't even know. And I'm like, but I have my opinions and I'm not going to just accept it.
Yeah, that's true. So I don't think I was kind of drunk though, but I wasn't I'm a contrarian by nature, just to be fair.
Yeah.
I like to be like, I don't know about that. Let me
at least look at it myself and make my own opinions. That's kind of how I could relate. Relatable content.
Yeah, but but she had like a lot of opinions that I had like fully thought out, disagreeable opinions on. So I wasn't like, I was just having a conversation. I was like, oh, well, cool. How about I think this sometimes, or whatever. And like the whole time I was just like, I think this is awful. Like I was like halfway through, I'm like, I'm good.
It's like, sorry.
But then I was like, I'm so drunk. I was like, do I just leave and walk home? Do I get an Uber? Or like, what do I do?
You could have walked home safely.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. It was one of those nights. It was fucking cold though. So I didn't want to do it. It was like I had to wear like an over jacket.
Then you don't really do the cold much anyways.
No, I don't fuck with it. I don't have the warmth for it, like the clothing to make it happen.
You need more Sherpa.
Yeah, I do need more Sherpa.
Life.
I do need all the Sherpa in my life.
The Sherpa at home has been a hit.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
it hit all the things. It was a robe, so I got you back on the robe. It's a blanket and it's got space.
Yes,
it's infinity.
Yeah.
Did Sam steal that?
I mean, it's in the living room, so
Okay.
it's free grabs.
it's for everybody.
But Sam
man.
definitely falls asleep in the living room more than I fall asleep in the living room. So you best believe. So we have like the circular couch cushions that go in the fun circle seat, and we'll put it on the floor. We call it a lily pad.
That's awesome.
And it's even better whenever our cat Lily sits on it. Because I mean, they're rather large. You know, they're probably like, I don't know, like 3 feet in diameter, and so you have a 9-pound cat sitting in the middle of it, and you're like, Mom, little cat.
Do you guys ever put it on and just like, this is me?
The pillow thing, not the pillow thing, but the blanket, obviously.
That's what I meant. Yeah. Because I've never worn one of those. Like I left it in the, I left
package,
it. Yeah, so you could open it up. Whatever. If you don't know what we're talking about, you should watch the drunk episode where I gave her Christmas present.
Birthday present.
Sorry. I was going to refer to that one as a drunk episode. Like that was when I was watching. I was like, shit, man.
Drunken Valentine's Day hit your ladies with some fur.
There you go. That's like
Lupercalia.
What is it?
Lupercalia. That's what the festival was called.
Oh, okay. I was like, what are you talking
Yeah.
about?
So I remembered that, but so they did that in like The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina. They have that in an episode.
That's cool.
A little different, you know, since they were witches. So they were like on a hunt, but they had like wolf hoods and they had to like go attack each other and go fight each other. And like, that's how they did their thing.
Gotcha. One more thing. So about this date, it wasn't like that bad. She was a cool chick.
Yeah.
It's just not for me, I think. And I was really drunk. So like, it was just,
It was like, that was probably my bad.
Yeah. Well, some of it was definitely my bad as far as the alcohol induced.
Yeah.
Contrarian nature of my general persona that day. But like, we're talking like, she was just too wholesome for me. And I'm not like a deviant by any means, but like to the point, yeah, I mean, you know what I mean? To the point where like, we started talking about like stand-up comics and stuff.
Oh yeah.
And she was like talking about, I just can't get into Kevin Hart. He's just not wholesome enough. And I was like, man, if you can't get into Kevin Hart, I mean, Kevin
Hart, to be fair, is pretty wholesome. He does everything for his family. Like that boy works hard.
Yeah. But even his stand-ups aren't that like,
yeah, he's mostly about, they're usually about family or like, you know, him just kind of like, these are the struggles I've went through in a funny way.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So
and he's like, I want to be The Rock. Like, what?
Yeah, I like their little dynamic.
Yeah, they're super fun.
But I was just like, I don't know, man. Like, I'm not digging.
I mean, it's not like Dave Chappelle.
I love Dave.
He's rough.
Well, Dave Chappelle's the best, man. I think he's the GOAT. To me, he's the GOAT as far as stand-up comedian goes.
I mean, if she wants like wholesome with a little bit of cheekiness, like John Mulaney.
Yeah, I don't think she can handle John Mulaney.
He's hilarious.
So we watched some comic. We came back here. She was like, watch this guy.
Yeah.
And he was funny, but it was like.
Do you remember who it was?
I can show you later.
Okay.
Or I can get my phone out. And
I'm like obsessed with comedians.
Yeah, I know. I meant to like, when I was like,
hey, who is this?
Yeah, I was going to tell you like, oh, it's a really bad date, man. We watched this lame comic and I was going to send it to you, but I forgot because I was so drunk. The second part.
That's fair.
Yeah. But I'll send it to you. He looked, man. Anyways, it was funny, but I was just like, I don't know, man. Like, I don't know.
It's like,
So then I fell asleep and then I woke up and threw up all the fancy food. So that's how that, I was just like, Jesus Christ, man, like what happened? It was all red because I drank that red wine.
Oh yeah.
So I was like, am I dying? I thought like
I'm bleeding.
I was like,
internally.
my insides are
There's
coming.
your medical stuff for the day.
Yeah, my insides were coming, my outsides, man. That's the medical stuff. There
That's
you go.
the medical stuff.
Boom.
Bam.
Oh, so this drink, open story, psychedelic water.
Look at you with your recap.
Yeah, because I'm not drinking bourbon. Like it's way better sometimes.
Psychedelic water.
Yeah, but it was, I don't know why. Well, I guess because like I typed the word psychedelic a lot.
Oh yeah.
So like it sends me stuff like that.
It's like, here, you want that?
Man, like I said the word psychedelic one time on Instagram and then.
You get blocked?
No. Well, they blocked that post. I had to like delete it. But I did know what's the site? Yeah, they did. They did block that one.
Yeah.
Which is funny because like on my Instagram, it's just ass. Like
Yeah.
I'll go through there and there's just women ass. I mean, like, basically naked women on there. You know what I mean?
I mean, and not even like, hey, I'm going to look at that. Just like normal stuff.
Yeah. I mean, I don't, so I'm like, why is that on there? And I can't, anyways, I'm glad it's there. I'm
I ain't mad at it.
No, that's why
I'm going to double tap it, but.
Yeah, every time.
Be like, appreciate your content.
Yeah, man. One of my best friends, Adam, like, I'm not really big into social media. I'm not a prude or anything, but like, it's not like, oh my God, there's new social media. I love it. I'm going to like go all, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I do like to like look at stuff and shit. But he was like, I was just like on Facebook, and I stopped using Facebook for like 2 years.
Yeah.
Cause I was like, I'm good on that.
Yeah. That's nonsense.
The only reason I started using it again was when I had the office, because I had to like, they told me my account was too sticky.
Yeah.
Because I never used it. So like no one sees anything that I do, because I never post. I literally didn't log on for 2 years.
Yeah.
So I started like, had to like.
You're like, all right, paid Google ads. Here you go.
Yeah, whatever. Shit. So like, so I started doing that. Sorry.
Yeah, can't lift your glasses up with it.
Yeah, no, I tried, man. My eyes were feeling funky. But he was like, dude, you got to get on Instagram. This was years ago. 5, 6, 7 years ago. And I was like,
yeah, fuck around. You find yourself a spouse.
Yeah, right. There you go. Right. Yeah. And I was like, I'm good, man. Like, I don't fuck with that anymore. And he showed me, he's like, dude, it's just ass. And I was like, what do you mean? Like, this is social media for butts? And he was like, basically.
Like, kinda.
And then he scrolled.
It's open for it.
Yeah. And he scrolled through like his Instagram feed, and I was like, oh, I'm going to check that out, man.
I'm like, all right, I'm mad at it.
Yeah, I'm not mad. I was like, I'm going to check that out. There's a lot of ladies on there.
Yeah. I follow this one page called Alpha Channeling, and it's artwork. They have like coloring books, but it is sexual.
Yeah. I'm sure.
So sometimes that's the first page that comes up and you're like, wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I mean, it's like single line work. It's not very detailed. You can obviously tell it's people. And then kind of like, do you know Alex Gray? Mm-hmm. Oh boy, you need to get up on Alex Gray.
Who dat?
Alex Gray. He is a visionary artist.
Ooh. I feel like you memorized his bio.
Oh, yeah. He's fabulous. Artist. Oh. Already getting calls from the fam. I have a birthday party to go attend to later for my sweet niece. What was I doing? Alex Gray.
So like while you're looking for that, like yes. I typed the word psychedelic or something, right?
Yeah.
And then I'm not gonna lie, man, within like an hour, I probably had 50 random people like DM me. Yeah. Trying to get me to buy psychedelics through Instagram. Yeah. And I was like, nah, man, I'm good.
Be like, that's cool. That's nice that you want to like share experiences with people of the world, but like, I don't know you, internet.
Yeah. So I thought that, oh yeah, that's trippy, man.
So Alex Gray, he's a visionary artist. He's, he has this really cool, like he's been working on this huge installment that, and then internet, we don't like repost stuff. So you gonna just have to look him up.
I was just going to say, if someone wants to put some pressure on Sarah to like post that shit, because
I mean, how do I post it?
I'll show you later.
Okay. I mean, I don't mind resharing stuff, but a lot of his work is hyper realistic. He's got a lot of things that are
that's cool.
It is super cool. So that's
I also like how you live in color.
I mean, I have to.
Yeah, it's funny because I have a friend staying over this weekend. My friend Kurt, he was here.
Yeah.
He's an awesome dude. I'm noticing shit, man.
There's some more heavy detail as far as like he shows like.
Is that a puzzle?
Yes. Yeah. So he's got like I'll describe it. Super high pigments. A lot of, if you're like look up anything psychedelic, you'll see a lot of those. Soft reds, the yellows, a deep indigo blue, a lot of white highlight to show like brightness. And he does people hyper realistic, but you also look like it's in an anatomy book where you can see like the blood vessels and usually like the skin and the nerves. And then he's usually showing like some sort of like cosmic connection.
I was just about to say it seemed like a trippy anatomy, but when I was looking at it, I was like, that's pretty, I've never seen anything like that. It's pretty cool.
And then, so Alpha Channeling does a little bit like that. Today's just kind of like shout out for all our fun folks that we follow on the social meets. But Alpha Channeling, like sometimes it'll just pop up and it's like, like that's the first picture, but they do some really fun things.
So it looks like a very artistic child drew a very realistic penis and vagina with a color pencil.
Yeah, and then they just have like fun stuff. They have like fun coloring books as far as
that is pretty funny. It's like
bam. Like, hold on, they have one that's hilarious. Hilarious is not the right word. It's very artistic.
It is out of context when you're scrolling. You see pictures of people's food and their dogs.
So
and their
kind of the same idea with Alex Gray, where it has like,
gotcha. But it's funny,
morphing and cosmic connection.
It's funny, like you're scrolling, you're like, oh, there's someone's kid, there's someone's birthday cake, bam. And then dick and balls. All right, cool. Let's keep going. So like,
keep on. It doesn't even phase us anymore.
Yeah, no. But
that's what the internet has done.
So like in the context of Instagram, it's like there's all that stuff together. That's
and
funny.
it's like it's fine.
But yeah, so like I guess like so I'm targeted with that word.
Yeah.
So like on Facebook, I got targeted with this shit called psychedelic water. We'll drink on the podcast.
Yeah, when it comes in.
Yeah, I ordered it.
It comes in a can, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It's like an iridescent can. That was my favorite part. I was like, look at that color.
Yeah. So I bought a sixer of it.
Nice.
That's how it comes, right? But it's got it's not going to make you trip balls or anything. It's illegal, but it's got 3 supplements in it. I don't remember 2 of them because they seem.
We'll have to make that a 3-hour one too.
Yep. Yeah, we
just
will.
to have some time.
Well,
to
one
be
was,
like,
one was
review.
One was green tea.
Yeah.
And then one was some shit I've never heard that starts with a D. It didn't seem that fun. Like, so I mean, it's fine. You know what I mean? But there's one called Kava Kava.
Kava Kava.
Yeah, that was I've never heard of that, but apparently it's a big deal. Yeah, so it's in the Pacific Islands. It's a root that's on the bottom of a mushroom.
That way, that's Asia. Yeah. No.
I don't know.
Mediterranean.
I don't know. I just know it's
We're super good with geology.
It's in the Pacific Islands. I read it, so I just remember it. I think it's a root of a mushroom. I think. And
yes?
they take I think it might not be attached to a mushroom or not. I think it's the root of some. They gave the species name of what it was the root.
Should we look it up?
Nah. Okay. Fuck it.
We'll be more scientific whenever we have it.
Kava Kava.
Kava Kava.
That's what it's called. But they use it in the Pacific Islands. So they dry it. They take the root, they dry it, they make it a powder, and they put it in water and they drink it for religious celebrations.
Nice.
Yeah, and I was like, oh shit, I want to do that.
You're like, I want that.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people who do like cacao ceremonies.
Yeah. Well,
and cacao being like a form, like a pure form of cocoa.
Yeah.
Cacao.
I don't think it like trips with your brain a little bit.
It definitely has it has an effect.
You think so?
It does.
Really?
I mean, I have friends who do cacao ceremonies and it has an effect.
That's true. I've never done a cacao ceremony. Now I've eaten a shit ton of cacao.
Yeah. Different whenever, and it's like the whole process of like it being blessed, it being a ceremony.
True. Yes, true. It is the scene.
The scene, the set and setting.
Yeah, set and setting.
So that's been interesting. I have a few friends that do like, they'll do like a sound bath and a rooftop sunset cacao ceremony.
Dude, we should get them to do it on the podcast.
Yeah, they're in Arizona.
Fucking Skype that in.
Yeah, but like, come on, guys.
Dude, we can Skype that in. It's worth. I don't want to do Skype interviews, but that's worth it, man.
But a cacao ceremony, that'd be nice.
Yeah, I want that.
That's probably if there's one thing that's like essential to my being.
You're trying not to answer. Like, call them. Not right now.
Call
but
them, yeah.
Not right now, but like just be like, hey man, can like.
Oh yeah, my girl Mackenzie.
Yeah, say Mackenzie, you want to talk to some peoples?
She would.
All right,
that's
cool.
like, that's what she does. That's actually what she's been doing. She's been doing a lot of like feminine energy, like womb clearing.
Say wound or womb?
Womb.
Wow.
Womb. Very feminine energies.
How do you clear a womb? I know this isn't very literal when you're saying it.
Yeah. So energetically, it could be ancestral trauma. It could be past relationship trauma. And not even like abuse or anything, but just like, whenever you like sexually interact with somebody, like you're taking on their energy. Yeah. And that's what the alpha channeling is like showing.
Huh.
So like, that's kind of like the thing, like the energetic exchange.
Oh, you got to get her in the pocket. I would love to ask her questions.
Yeah.
I've never heard of that before.
She does a lot of like junk DNA activation and like cellular activation. She's really cool.
Yeah, I want to.
I'll hit her up.
Yeah, see if she want. That would be somebody I would Skype.
Yeah,
it's like there's some cool shit I've never.
But yeah, she does a lot of really cool, and she's been a part of a lot of these ceremonies. So I hit my girl up.
Yeah, hit her up. So I'm gonna do it all, man.
We got
no time limits. We can talk as long as she wants, man.
Be like, come on, come.
Yeah,
chat with
it's
us.
all good.
She's great.
But it's supposed to be like they use it for a religious ceremony, and it's supposed to be like not like it's like alcohol is psychoactive, right? It's like that type of. It's not like you see unicorns and shit.
Which LSD doesn't really make you do that either.
Yeah, so like I don't know the dosage they use in the ceremonies, but I don't know what's in the can. I can't remember. I wasn't looking at the specifics of that at this time. But like I know when you drink this can,
when we do our psychedelic water review, we'll dive into more of that information.
You're supposed to. No, you're not supposed to. When you drink it, sometimes as I said, it makes your tongue tingle or go numb for like 15 minutes. So I was like, okay, what is that about?
Yeah, blah 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 blah.
And then people have like the frequently asked questions, is like, should I drink alcohol with it? And they always say no, but like
don't mix your stuff. Like
so it's
I feel like that's a very white culture thing.
It's true. It's supposed to.
It's like, I'm going to have 10 beers, this, drop this, eat that, blah, 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 smoke that. And it's like, bro, just like one at a time.
That's just a mind eraser. Like,
Yeah,
let me
but
just,
beer.
I want to get away from reality. People just want to like not be like in reality.
Yeah.
Or like learn from it or like whatever.
Yeah.
Or enjoy the new
They
reality.
just want to like, this is my tally bar of all the things I did that day.
Yeah. Or just like wake up. Just want to like erase the day.
Be like, bam, gone.
That's like when I get drunk on the podcast. The day was gone.
Gone.
Like, I think I texted you before the date. I was like, I think I'm too fucked up to go on this
Did
date.
you like, should I not do this?
Yeah, because I was like, fuck, man, I think I fucked up.
I'm like, do it.
I overestimated my sobering time.
Yeah. Also, like, that's my response for anything. You take me shopping. Should I get this? Do it.
Do it. Fucking
Just
do it.
get it.
But yeah, so it sounds cool. Like, I don't know. Like, I know it's not going to be as cool as like the island folk do. You know what I mean? Because it's like, but it sounds cool. So it's
Yeah.
supposed to help your creativity and make you feel kind of weird.
Cool.
But it probably is just like bubbly water. You drink it and be like, okay, it's nothing.
I mean, I'm down with that too.
But it might not be
It might not be.
psychedelic water.
Fuck around, find out, man.
Yeah, it might be the best.
Yeah.
So I was talking to Kurt, my buddy that's staying here. I tried to get him on the podcast. He didn't want to do it. Kurt, I
He's
know,
like,
but he listens to the podcast, so you're going to hear us talking about you
Yeah, Kurt.
next week. He's colorblind.
Oh, fun.
Yeah.
Like the red-green color blind?
You know what? I used to know. I can't remember. I'll
that's
have to
fair.
ask him when he comes back. But
I just know like that's the most common with males.
yeah, and then I can't remember.
Your cones and rods.
Yeah, yeah, health,
Health.
science, and then I've given up on the health aspect of this. Like, fuck it. And then because he was like, you talk about color a lot. We're just talking about the podcast
Oh,
or
yeah.
whatever. And he was like, you know, it's like something. I don't say something he's not interested in, which is probably probably
That's fair.
Yeah, but he's like, it's cool to listen to stuff that you're not interested in because like you're so in the color. And like he's like, because he can't even see it. Like when
Yeah.
you're talking about, it, he's just like, whoa, it's trippy, man.
Oh yeah, actually, it's funny you even say that. If he is red-green colorblind, because I have just saved a color that is like a nice green. And
What do you mean you saved it? Like you saved the picture
like
of it? Or?
Instagram, yeah, like saved a blurb of the color. I wouldn't say it's new, but
Like the new black, which I still don't think is a new black.
it's just a.
Or was it a new blue? What
It was a
that?
new blue.
Okay.
It was a new blue, and then just the blackest of black. Da, 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 da.
It's like staring into space, man.
Yeah, it's just really interesting how much it can absorb light. Was its intent and purpose. But
You
there's-
walk in, I feel like it's sucking my soul, man.
Well, that was the cool thing with it. Like, did you not see how it kind of like took all your depth perception away?
Yeah, I did see that.
Oh, maybe I didn't save it.
I learned a new term.
Whoopie dip. It was green though.
I learned a new term.
Ooh, yeah.
It had two of my favorite words in it, so I thought. But then the way it was like phrased, I thought it was like bullshit. Like not bullshit. I shouldn't say that. That's very dismissive. I was very dismissive of it.
Yeah.
But I don't, say it's bullshit. It's kind of mean. It was a quantum relationship.
Oh, okay.
Relationships, I guess, or really, whatever. I thought that was kind of cool because I love quantum shit because it's
Yeah.
like science, like for real science magic.
Yeah.
And then I was like, relationships are fun. So I was like, what is that about? But when I saw all the other words associated with it, like around it, I was like, those are kind of not that. You know what I mean?
It's like that's
Yeah, I was dismissive of it, right? So I was like, so quantum. So it's if you, sorry, my brain's not on yet. It kind of takes relationships and looks at quantum entanglement.
Okay.
You know what that is?
an idea of like how
And again, I'm no quantum physicist, so I just think it's cool.
quantum physics is like string theory, yeah.
Well, yeah, it's
And how things can like be and
it's all about relativity and waves and stuff like that and energies. Like it's all the energy stuff.
Yeah.
It's like, how you talk about like energies. It's actually the science. Like, yeah,
it's the science behind
all that shit's
vibration.
real. Like
Yeah.
all that. Yeah, that's the actual reality of the universe is energy as opposed to like hard matter.
Yeah.
Or physical matter.
It's fluid. It
yeah.
kind of just vibrates next to each other and be like, poof, I might pop up over here.
Poof.
Poof.
So yeah, quantum entanglement is a real thing. This is where like two particles that are like, I want to say light years away. I think that's accurate, but like shit far away from each other, right?
Super far.
Super far.
Super far.
Like you can do one thing to one of the particles.
And it will
happen-
interact.
It happens or it interacts simultaneously like light years away, which
Yeah.
should be impossible. It's like magic.
Yeah.
But apparently back in the day, now this part I might be butchering. Well, I'm butchering all of it. When space was kind of folded on top of itself. So the two particles.
Before it like really expanded.
Yeah. So the two particles were side by side and they got entangled. And then when it opened up or expanded, they're still connected that way.
Yeah.
So that's quantum entanglement, but it's basically like their energies, like, like you got to think of the particles as not little pieces, as wave forms and energies.
Yeah.
So when their energies interact, the two separate particles become one instead of two distinct particles, they become one together particle. If that makes sense?
Yeah.
So
in a way. Yeah.
Yeah, you got two things that are totally separate, but they get together and their energies interact and they change. So they became different. They're not separate and distinct. So when they get separated from each other, what happens to this one happens to that one.
Gotcha.
If that makes sense?
Yes.
Now again, this is super crazy shit. So anyway, that's like quantum entanglement. That's what that means. So this was actually, I think it was a psychologist. I don't know. Somebody. Yeah, I was looking at relationships because like, so like when you're in a relationship, you're physically close to them. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So then like I don't say your energies, but like the ones whatever they measure or whatever, they interact so much that the two people become, instead of two separate people, they become like their energies change. They become like one chunk. I can't think of good words, but you know what I mean? Instead of two chunks, you become one chunk. So then even when you're separated, what happens to one happens to the other, or how one changes the other.
Yeah.
And
I can relate to that, being in like especially me and Sam have only lived together since we've moved in with each other. We've never had roommates or anything like that. And we spend a lot of time physically being close.
Yeah.
Mostly because I follow him around the house.
Like, hey, what's up?
What's up? Yeah. Wifey thing I had to learn.
Wifey.
Like coming into the house, be like, give him a second.
Yeah.
Because I'll just be like, hey, what's up?
You're like, I've been here for like an hour.
It's like, I've been waiting on you. Getting to the, I hear the door unlock and I'm like, oh, he's home. And I'll be like, hey, you're home. And I'm like, oh, okay. All right, cool.
You're like a dog. They get excited. Like,
yeah. And I'm like, all right. Let me let you get your shoes off and like put your book bag down and like breathe for a second. And I'm like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
I was doing that last night. I was like, I just follow him around the kitchen. I was like, you know what? I'm going to go a step back. Give you a second.
He's making cereal. Making cereal.
And I was like, all right, give him some space.
He's looking over. He's like, can I make some fucking cereal?
I was like, can you like, no, he didn't ask that. But I was just like, you know what? I can feel that. I need to back up.
But yeah, so apparently like that happens. That's a thing that can happen. Like you become like those two particles, like the whole people. And then you have to look into it. I've only read about it like once or twice, but
quantum relationships.
Yeah. So I thought it was going to be bullshit, but it's kind of cool. Like actually I'm kind of into it the more that like I read on it. And it goes into like why, like once that first happens, like the synergy of two people and it's like that. But then over time they can, the entanglement, I don't know if that's a good word or not. The whatever relationship can like deviate and you have to, it talks about how to bring it back together so you can feel that honeymoon,
super excitement. Yeah.
The honeymoon phase, like often, like you can, if it's going this way, you come together and then ramp and feel that like volcano again or whatever.
That's cool.
It is pretty cool. But
we like that. I mean, and I feel like people should really keep doing that. Like spouses, don't stop dating each other.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, you don't have to do like, oh, I need to buy you this and buy you that. Be like, just little stuff.
Yeah, you don't have to get drunk on a podcast and then go to a fancy date, throw up in the middle of the night. You don't have to do that.
You don't have to do that.
You don't have to do that. It's not a requirement.
No, it's not.
But sometimes you just do it.
Sometimes you do it, man.
Yeah, I knew it was going to be fucked up.
You did call it.
Yeah.
You called it.
Yeah, I forgot that I texted you. Like, I'm too fucked up, man.
It's like, oh, shit, I think I'm too fucked up for this.
Yeah, I was just like, who got to reach out that knows how fucked up I am? They can like tell me that like this is a good idea.
I'm like, you'll be fine.
I was like, fuck it, let's.
You already have the reservations. Like, go eat the food.
Yeah, it was good. I had some fancy pizza. I think I had fancy. I don't even remember. I had fancy pizza. Had pears on it. Pears and like I can't ever say it. Gorgonzola cheese.
Gorgonzola. I don't know what that is.
I don't either. It was just on the menu and I got it.
You're like, I want that.
And I threw it up.
Sorry, I heard sounds.
Yeah, I don't think anyone's coming to get us.
Yeah.
I think we're fine.
Don't listen to a lot of crime podcasts.
I never listened to that, man.
It's not. I don't think it's that healthy for you.
Yeah, apparently.
It's fun, and I mean, it's nice. Okay, like I like hearing people's stories. I like hearing real people.
She's talking about true crime podcasts.
Yeah, but I mean, I get sketched out, and I'm just like, what's that?
You know what's kind of weird? Like this, I can't remember the percentages of like men and women. It's like overwhelmingly women. They love those 100. Shows. And this is a good example because you love them, and I love podcasts, and I've never listened to one.
No.
I'm like, I just skip past them.
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
I have no idea why. I'm not like I
don't ever watch it. I don't really care to see like I don't need the actual visual.
Yeah,
I don't need that.
Yeah, but I've never even I skip them. Like all the ones like, oh my god, it's so good.
Yeah,
and I'm like, swipe.
I mean, if I could like Crime Junkie, they do a great job finding information.
Yeah.
Having people's stories, reaching out to like, you know, if these families have like web pages, you know, still trying to find people. So I appreciate that aspect.
No, I get
of it. But then it's like, ooh, I didn't need to hear those words at 8 a.m. And I'm just like, that is something that is stuck in my head. Because, I mean, they go through the crime scene. And it's like, woof.
Yeah, when I was a kid, I used to watch a show called Unsolved Mysteries.
Yeah.
Did you ever watch that?
No, I watched Highlander.
Okay. As a kid?
Yeah.
Highlander's the jam. You watch the movies or the show?
All of it.
Okay, yeah, the movie.
Duncan MacLeod.
Yeah, man.
It's my man.
That's pretty legit. You know his first name.
Duh. Duh.
That's so good. I like this. I like the one that has Sean Connery in it. Is that the
Sean
second?
Connery.
Yeah.
That's one of the movies.
Yeah, that's one where they go back and they see him back in Scotland like 1,000 years ago or whatever.
Yeah.
That one's cool.
Yeah, they're both good. I think that one's Endgame.
Yeah, there's a third Highlander that's kind of lame. Have you seen that one that's in the future? Like way in the future?
I don't know if I've seen the future one.
Yeah, I think it was.
I did watch a lot of La Femme Nikita.
Did you? I never watched that show. It came on USA Network when I was a kid.
Everyone's fun.
Yeah.
So the male character, his name is Michael, and he talks like this. He just talks real soft.
What does that phrase, La Femme Nikita? That means something.
Nikita was her name, and so it was the woman Nikita, I guess.
Oh, okay.
Like the female.
Oh, gotcha. I thought it was like a catchphrase. Like
Nikita was her name.
In France.
And Francis.
I thought it was.
Me and Sam, we were talking, we've been watching something about ancient Rome. The Bordeas.
Is it like a scripted show or like a documentary?
I mean, scripted show, but it happened.
Gotcha.
A Spanish pope. They were not pleased. And, you know, I kept hearing,
Popes were kind of gangster back in the day. They're like the head gangster for like hundreds of years.
That shit was crazy. I mean, the show is pretty crazy. It's a lot of murder. Duh. Why wouldn't it be?
Why wouldn't it be?
Why wouldn't it be? But
you're watching ancient true crime.
What was I talking about?
The Spanish popes.
Oh, yeah. So
And I said that they're gangster AF.
So they kept saying, you know, you hear the word Parisian and then you hear Parisian.
Okay.
And I was like, they don't call French motherfuckers Parisian. Those are only people from Paris.
Oh, really?
And then you have Parisians.
Yeah, I didn't know what you were talking about. I was like, I don't know.
Are people from Persia. Well, they kept saying it, and I was like, who the fuck are Parisians? And I was like, I know that's not motherfuckers from Persia.
Yeah.
That's not how you say that.
So that was the thing. They called that from folks in Paris? They're so different than French people?
I mean, I guess so. So you have French people, and then you have Parisians. The pair instead of per.
Gotcha.
And then Parisians.
Have you ever seen that movie Anastasia, the cartoon?
You don't even understand.
I don't.
Like, I am so deeply connected to the Romanov family.
Are you really?
Yes.
Like for real, or just like
not
is it
like
your spirit animal, or like
not
you
like
guys
blood related,
Okay.
but I've had like the most intense dreams, like visiting the Romanov. Like,
is the Romanov the kings, or was that the
Romanov
Vespucci?
was the czar. You had Nicholas Romanov.
Okay, gotcha.
He had his wife Alexandria, who was a German woman, and then you had the 5 kids.
Okay. And then Rasputin.
And then Rasputin was someone who worked with them.
Gotcha.
He was freaking gangster too. He ain't killing that motherfucker. He got sick a lot. And
do you think he really had magic, or is this something they did for the movie?
I mean,
cartoons?
so like that's even part of like the
Lore.
His like story and like because like he's been assassinated, like tried to be assassinated a few times. His whole reason for staying around is their youngest son was very weak and sick. I don't remember what type of. I'm assuming he probably had like some autoimmune disease, but he couldn't. He was very weak and feeble. So they kept him around, and every time Rasputin would do something, he would get better.
Huh.
So that's kind of that story.
Like every time Rasputin did like some medicine magic on him?
Like
okay, gotcha.
they kept him around for whenever he got sick.
Oh, okay, I gotcha.
But the most intense dream I've ever had, like to date, was being in a mausoleum. Most of it was covered in water, but that's what I was doing. I was visiting the graves of the Romanovs.
Huh.
And I've had the same dream like 4 times.
I don't know what recurring dreams mean, because I have a couple of recurring dreams too.
Yeah,
but like, I don't know what it means that I have the same.
I don't know,
dream.
but I'm like obsessed with the Romanov family.
Okay, I didn't know that. I've only knowledge I have is from the cartoon movie.
Yeah, I mean it's.
He had green magic that came out of his hands in the movie.
Yeah, because he sold his soul to the devil.
I just found out that that's not a Disney movie. It's just it's so like I was like, this. Of course, it's a Disney movie. No, it's not.
It's not. I think it's DreamWorks.
Yeah, I don't know, but it's not Disney. But it's like it's got a princess.
A real motherfucking princess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She was green magic out of his
That
hands.
shit makes me so sad. It's like the saddest story. So
I don't even know the story, man. I know, like, you're so connected. I'm like, I barely remember the cartoon.
Yeah, so, I mean, the cartoon's great, but, like, the real story is...
That's all I'm going off of is the non-Disney cartoon.
The Tsar, who was Nicholas Romanoff, motherfuckers didn't like him. I don't know if he was not giving enough money to the people, and I think it was a little bit before World War One. He has a cousin who was in the UK, who's a part of like the British family. And in the last days of the family, they were supposed to seek refuge in the UK. So they left like the whole thing with like people storming the castle in the movie, that happened. Tearing down the statues, like they were coming to murder him. So they took the whole family, brought them to this one house that I used to know the name, but I don't remember. And no one had intentions of them leaving. His cousin was like, I can't help you, but no one told him that. So in the last days, whenever they were like, okay, you know, bring your children, we're about to move you and we're about to go. So they bring him into this kind of cellar-like room, and you know, Nicholas asked for chairs for the kids to sit in and his wife to sit in. Something that Alexandria told the girls to do was to sew in their jewelry into their corsets, because they didn't know where they were going. They didn't know what kind of, so they wanted at least something to have some like equity and money on them. So they were just covered.
That's gangster,
in
man.
like gems and jewels. So that's the whole reason behind like the lore of, did Anastasia make it?
Yeah, you don't know.
Because they kind of had bulletproof vests on with their gems. Because they were shot.
Is that the reason why? Because oh wow, so they had like the first bulletproof vest with
because they
emeralds?
they had emeralds and gold and gems. So like they kept shooting. So like they came, all of them came into the room and they were going to, what is it? It's like squad firing.
Yeah,
that's how they executed them.
That's gonna be crazy. Like as a dad, you're like, we all about to die.
Yeah, no, he came in and was like, you know, Nicholas Romanoff, we charge you with, you know, these crimes and we execute you to death fucking now. And then they just shot everybody.
Judge Dredd style.
Yeah, for real. And so, but that was the reasoning behind, because I mean, they weren't going to shoot him in the face.
Yeah.
So they shot them in like the body, but that's why it took so many shots to kill them.
Really?
Yeah, because they had gems on.
I didn't know that. That's pretty cool.
I'm obsessed.
Yeah, no, that's cool. I had no idea.
I'm obsessed with this family. I don't know where it comes from either. I'm not Russian at all.
Well, that's pretty interesting shit. Like they, you know, they might have survived because they had fucking sapphires on their.
So that's why they think, and they couldn't find all the bodies for a long time. But I think they've finally have found all of the remains, and no one's alive. Even if she did escape, she ain't now alive now.
Yeah, it was like, there's definitely.
So.
Do you know anything about the French Revolution? That was some
nope.
I don't either, man. I just know they guillotined everyone. Like, you know, like we don't like your shoes.
I know a lot of people don't like the French.
Yeah, we're like, we don't like your shoes. Guillotine.
Dead.
I don't like the way you talk. Guillotine.
Bam.
Yeah,
Cutting your fucking head off for spectacle.
Chop a motherfucker's heads off.
Yeah, that shit was crazy.
It kind of makes me want to like
have a tiny guillotine.
No, I do not want.
You can like slice vegetables with
No,
it.
I'm good on that, man. I don't want that.
Like a carrot guillotine.
Like chop salads, chop them
That'd
up.
take a long time.
Yeah, well, maybe like that salad was made with a guillotine.
Tink.
Enjoy. Enjoy, motherfucker.
Motherfuckers.
I want to
eat it.
Yeah, no, I want to learn about these like old revolutions. I don't know. They're fairly like you're here talking about that. That's interesting. And I was talking to someone about the French Revolution a couple of days ago. Well, they were talking to me about it because I don't know. And I was just like, I remember this stuff barely from like school, but I'm like,
Sam remembers a lot of stuff just because he had Spanish, so they learned about all the like romantic languages. So they went to Italy, or they went to like Rome and Venice and
that's cool. But I feel like in high school you learn like a filtered, censored version of history. Yeah,
because you have a few weeks and you're like, we have to like, you need to know at least one question, and then we got to move on.
Yeah, so I would like to like learn like
more.
Like what actually happened like, without the filter, like all because it's crazy shit.
Yeah, go to their websites.
Who's there?
Other countries' websites.
French.com.
Yeah, French.com. Well, like how in the US we do, .com.
Yeah.
In like Germany, for example, you do .e or .de.
Really?
Yeah.
What's DE?
Either DE or DU.
Well, which one?
Probably like
What does it mean?
Deutsch internet. I don't know.
Oh, okay. You know, in China, they have like their internet is like super censored.
Yes,
And
that
they-
I do know.
They can't get like apps and Facebook and whatever. Like
Yeah,
Google.
they're like, we are
they,
gonna only show you, and that's how you control people.
Yeah,
You give
man.
them limited option to understanding.
but that's
what's around
crazy
them.
to me. I was talking to Andre about it.
Is it in China? I mean, I know like.
No, it's in China for sure.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And then he was like, "What do you mean they don't
Well,
get
no,
the
South Korea? They don't get anything.
North Korea?"
North Korea.
Yeah.
Sorry.
He was like, "What do you mean they don't get the internet?" I was like, "They don't get it." He's like, "How does it stop it?" I'm like, "I don't know."
I'm like, I don't know what kind of firewalls them bitches got put up.
Yeah, I don't know. I also learned that I saw it on a meme, so it's got to be true.
That's how we get our internet, our
man.
knowledge.
That's all, man. I'm fucking
news.
That's it, man. How big Africa is.
Oh,
Have you seen this meme?
yes.
Okay, it's just so big that you can fit the United States,
In like just a quadrant.
China, and India, and there's still space for
Yeah,
other stuff.
and you can see that whenever you like do the globe, like that is not to scale at all.
It's just
And
crazy,
they do
man.
that to keep the idea of Africa and its greatness kept to itself.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
It's basically where, it's not basically, it is where humanity came from. We all came from, I can't remember which part of Africa.
Yeah, Pangea.
Yeah, kind of that northern. I think it's kind of near the northern. I could be wrong in this. The northern chunk of Africa.
Yeah.
That's how specific I can.
I mean,
get.
it was right in the middle. Why wouldn't it be there?
It's true, but that's where all.
Pangea, when all the continents were like, "Hey, cuddle puddle,"
Let's rub up on
be
each
like,
other.
"Bam, bam," and then like the seismic earthquakes, and be like, "Oh shit, goodbye."
I need some space.
I need. That was nice and all for those few millennia, but bye.
They're not in a quantum relationship anymore.
No, they're not.
They need to work on the volcano.
They
man.
need to work on their love.
But yeah, that was kind of weird how like they would make the map that way, considering like all of us came from there.
Yeah.
It should be like, no, man,
Well, you know,
it's the motherland, man.
it is. I mean, unless you're German or Russian, and you're like, the motherland is where they came from.
No, but everybody, the first humans came from there.
Yeah.
They all migrated like from Africa to
Yeah.
the rest of the world.
Because they're like, hey, let's go check out that corner.
Let's go check out this shit.
And then fucking it's separated.
like-
and I'm like, oh, man.
they're like, those guys are being douches over there. Let's go far away from
Let's
them.
walk away.
Dude, how crazy had it been to be alive back then? Like, there's fucking cavemen running around trying to kill you.
Oh, no.
Steal your.
Talk about being super present.
Yeah. And like, there's fucking wildebeests and shit walking around trying to eat you.
Saber-toothed tigers are my favorite.
Yeah, they're just trying to fuck you up.
Yeah, they're like, look at my teeth.
And you're just like, what? I'm just trying to live, man.
Just trying to live my life. I just want to forage and bury stuff.
Yeah, there's really some cool like evolutionary biology stuff. This was a while ago, so as I say it might come out super
I
fucked
was
up.
just talking to a lady. That's what she's going to get her master's in.
For real?
Anthropology.
Really?
Forensic anthropology is what she wants to do.
Oh, okay. But there's some folks that have super smart degrees in evolutionary biology.
That's cool, too.
Yeah, it is cool. And it was talking about how we got out of one of the reasons we got out of the trees. There's a lot of reasons we got out, but they said one of the reasons is because we've figured out how to not bond with each other, men and women, cohabitate or lifelong relationships, or not lifelong, but long-term relationships. So like being a human and trying to stay alive was almost impossible by yourself. So we had to come in tribes.
You're like, we need help.
Yeah, so we had to come in the tribe. That's why we're like tribalism's like in our DNA, because we had to tribe up so that way we could defend from the outside. You know what I mean? So some people could sleep, some people could watch, take guard. You know what I mean? And then men and women did the same thing with like the responsibilities of being a human.
Yeah.
Like men went and did certain things, women did certain things, then the whole group had all the things.
Yeah.
Instead of like trying to do it all yourself.
Yeah, it doesn't really work that way.
Yeah. And
We are not good solo creatures.
yeah. So like we're designed to be like in community with each other, so we could like make it and not die from other tribes. And,
Yeah,
like,
be like, help me. Help me, family.
help me.
You experience that a lot at festivals. Like, instantly, best friends.
Yeah.
Like,
Besties.
everyone who came to my wedding, one of our friends, fucking Clay, he came. We had just met him. Cliff.
And you're like,
I was like, his name's not Clay.
you're
That's my
like, he's
massage
my
therapist.
best friend. I forgot his name.
Cliff. We met him at, I think not Music Midtown.
That's old school, man.
Same place. It's like a week after. Anywho, Atlanta. And we're like, we fucking love you. I was like, dude, you want to be in our wedding?
He's like, yes.
He came.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Hurricane Irma fucking like, he came through the like worst part of it. His windshield wiper broke.
This guy sucks. You
took
had a
him,
hurricane with a busted windshield wiper.
Yeah, he came from North Carolina, and then like windshield wiper broke. It took him like 4 extra hours to get there.
I bet.
And he was there.
Hello, Cliff Clay.
Cliff Clay. Sorry, Clay's my massage therapist. Cliff.
So one thing I thought was really weird when I was listening to those biologist guys, is they were talking about us as humans that we're.
You can hear me scratch.
Yeah. wiki.
Sorry.
Yeah, no, it's cool. It's like us as humans, like our like ladies, or their I don't know what the right words are. Their menstrual cycles are hidden.
Yeah.
Like I don't know when someone's like fertile or not fertile.
Yeah, they do. They still do that. The red tint.
Yeah, like it's hidden. Like it's like we don't know, right? But like other animals, like when they're in heat. Like it's like, hey guys,
hey, I'm ready.
Let's do. You know what I mean?
Fucking
so it's
cats, man.
so it's different. You know what I mean?
They fucking screaming.
Yeah, so it's different. Like different, and the reason that we evolved that way is because if we were more like cats or whatever that screamed and let it out, then it would be like mate and leave.
Yeah.
And then, but they were saying that the people that didn't mate and leave, they stuck together. They could split the duties of life, and then their offspring survived.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So like one of the things that as people, women evolved or changed into having hidden or secret menstruation or fertility moments. So like guys don't ever know what's going on. So
they still don't know.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. But it helps. It helps helps stay together. Cause like you can't like there's not like a flag that goes up. It goes, here it goes. I'm ready for breeding.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I mean, some new age feminists are kind of like that.
Yeah, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But like, so I thought that was weird. I was like, so that's why I never thought about hidden menstruation. Like that term never crossed my mind. I was like, oh, I guess some animals and mammals, they show it to the world. Like I'm ready for breeding, guys.
Yep.
But like we don't do it that way because we don't survive if we come this way
and then
reproduce and depart. Like those people died. Yeah. And the people that I guess had the mutation or the adaptation of the hidden menstruation, that group stayed together.
It would be really cool though if we kept the. I mean, I get why, and that's probably why the instinct abilities kind of dampens. You know, baby calf is like, all right, I need to stand up and follow that lady.
You ever watch them like their cool legs?
And they're like, pew, 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 pew. Yeah.
It is pretty amazing.
And
it's
then
like,
our babies come out and they're just like, derp. Teach me everything.
I knew why that we took so long to mature, and I can't remember why anymore.
I mean, I'm sure it's because we have so many folds in our brain, and our brain is so complex.
It was something with our brain and cognitive abilities, but I used to know smart words about it.
Yeah.
They're gone. I don't remember anymore.
I love smart words.
Yeah, they're gone. Smart words are gone. Yeah. But I thought that was kind of trippy. I was just like, yeah, we don't put the flag up. You're trying to keep us together. It's one of like little Mother Nature's little secrets. It's like, no, y'all got to stay together.
Be like, no.
Because y'all going to die.
You're going to die by yourself. You got to figure it out. You got to live with this motherfucker.
Well, just long enough, I guess.
Yeah.
to get the baby safe. But I thought that was trippy, man. That was really, really trippy.
It is really fun too, seeing like, you know, people have babies, and especially friends that are like, babies are kind of like meh. And then they have one and they're like, he's the greatest thing on the planet.
Something clicks over, man. Like, it's just like
that fucking brain thing.
Yeah. I just remember when I got my son, like, I've known you for 2 minutes.
And I'm like, I love you more than anything in life.
I will die for you. Yes. I've known you for literally 2 minutes.
You're the best thing on the planet.
Yes. So it is weird, man. Like, you can't explain it until you have one. I mean, it makes sense when you say it, but like feeling is different. It's like, why? Get away. Everybody get away.
You don't touch us. Yeah. And then I've heard that from people who like, you know, they come get a session, and like, oh, why are you stressed out? Be like, my mother's in town and she won't give me back my baby. I've had that conversation, you know, and it's like, oh, you're super, like, you're again, that tribal thing, like bring the whole tribe to like raise a kid. But grandmas ain't gonna let go of that baby. And then new mamas are like, give me back my fucking baby.
Yeah, I mean, I can only experience it as a dad, but I can't imagine actually like growing the baby, like it growing inside of me.
And then just this like frustration of like, yeah, I'm super tired, but give me back my fucking baby.
Yeah,
be like, don't touch my baby. Give it back.
Yeah, talking about quantum relationship, I don't think you get more like close and entangled as like that. I never thought about that before.
Those are really good pictures too of Alex Grace. He does a lot of like, where you can actually see the baby inside. It's usually like super fully formed and like already head down kind of like depiction, but like all of the aura and the connection between the two. Or I've seen fun things like between like the breastfeeding and like the neurological going to the brain and then like from the mom, the whole thing.
Dude.
It's really cool.
Yeah.
You'd really love Alex Gray.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
I already do.
Already do.
I'm already in. I'm already all in on that
Yeah,
guy.
he's making like this, I don't know if you'd call it, I mean, it's a church in the sense of like,
It's tax exempt.
I don't even think that. It is just a big, like that face thing that I showed you.
Yeah.
It's just.
Oh, I thought you meant like he's starting a church.
No, not so much.
Like, so I was like, so go ahead.
It's a place. It's something that they've taken a long time to create because it's all of his type of artwork in these like. I can't even describe it. I will find that link so you can see it because it's
I need a new art
almost
piece.
undescribable. Whenever you can describe it when you're looking at it, but when you're not seeing it, but it's this space that he has created.
And you just walk
And
in.
it is all of it. It is all of his type of artwork. And
You just get hit in the face with color.
color and shape and like these primal, like DMT, like the visuals.
I was gonna say wavies.
Wavies.
Yeah, wavies. Yeah, that's what I call them, like wavies, man.
But it took a really long time to create. I think that exhibit that I showed you is at Meow Wolf, which is in Arizona. And Meow Wolf is all about this huge interactive installments. Like come into like a 1950s style kitchen, open up the fridge. That fridge is a slide and it takes you into a place. Or I've seen like go inside a wash machine.
I want to go inside of a refrigerator.
Yeah, look at Meow Wolf.
Okay, I have to check that out.
Yeah, Meow Wolf is really cool. I've always wanted to do one of those, either for Halloween or I want to do something for my birthday. I want to go to Arizona at least one time for my birthday.
Which is the of the chakra.
Vortex. Yeah, it's one of the
Okay, I always said Sedona. Shit.
Sedona.
Damn it, man. Thought I had it,
Sedona,
man. I've listened to that
Arizona.
podcast like 7 times and I still can't say it.
Sedona.
So
And it's a lower chakra. The higher chakra is like in Tibet. So this is like the sacral or
it's the butt.
it's the butt. It ain't the root chakra. It ain't that one.
The breastfeeding, right? You know how trippy breastfeeding is? It's still not necessarily, it's understood, but not understood. Like we know, I say we, general science knows like what happens, but how and why.
Yeah.
It's not necessarily like when the connection, like when the baby's on the breastfeeding, the
like the enzymes in the mouth can change the
breast milk. Yeah. And so the breast milk is specific for the baby and what it needs at that moment.
Yeah.
Which is crazy, man.
Yeah.
Like how that shit works, man. I don't like, you know, you go into enzymes and shit. I'm sure that's true. Or is it like that quantum relationship?
Yeah.
Or is it something deeper, like spiritual?
All of it.
Or it's probably
Yeah.
all of it, like mixed together. You know what I mean? But that when I heard that, I was like, that's true. That's why when a kid's sick, the breast milk's a different color.
Yeah,
Because it's got different stuff
I
inside
saw
of
that
it.
whenever like my sister was experiencing it because she, you know, obviously you get a deep freezer full.
Yeah. And it's different colors and stuff.
yeah.
Yeah. When you freeze it, yeah, it's trippy. Then when I learned that, I was just like,
And then I've also heard you can like put that in their bath water and things like that to help them, like
Yeah.
skin stuff.
yeah. But most moms that I know, like, they're like, don't fucking waste that breast milk.
You're like, you better not spill
Yeah.
that shit.
Like that shit's
Fucking
going,
gold.
that shit's going in his mouth.
Yeah. Don't waste it.
But yeah, when I learned that in school, I was just like, well, how does it happen? And like, no one could really
Explain it.
They gave me like some like enzymes and yada, yada, yada. But like, if you keep asking how and why, it becomes to a point where they're like, I don't know.
Yeah.
And I was just like,
That's probably the thing I appreciate the most about like 4 to 10-year-olds. They're
What?
like, why?
yeah,
But why? And I'm like, I don't know.
yeah.
I don't know nothing.
Sometimes Andre's like, Dad, you don't know anything. Because he asked me why so many times. I'm like, no, I just don't lie to you. I was like, you asked me why 7 times. I'll give you 5 answers and the 2.
And then the last 2, it's just like, I don't know, dude.
I was like, so he asked me some deep questions sometimes. I'm like, man, I don't know, man.
I don't know. How's his parkour skills going?
It's pretty good, man. He's doing good at parkour. It's his new hobby.
Yeah.
So if you don't know what parkour is, you should YouTube that shit.
Yeah.
So that's the shit.
Urban gymnastics.
Urban gymnastics. Yeah. Going to point A to point B in a creative, fast way.
Yeah.
That's what
That's the description of it.
yeah, I think so.
That's cool.
Yeah. So he's in a little kid beginner class. So, but they do have like, if you ever go to Instagram, I have not posters, pictures of it everywhere.
I just made pictures and turned them into a poster.
Yeah, man.
You would.
I did get a picture turned into a poster.
Yeah.
I got a artist. They commissioned a picture of me and Andre and a Marley.
Yeah.
My dog that just recently passed. And they put it together and they made it all trippy looking.
Yeah.
And it's a canvas. It's gonna be like that fucking big.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So
Where
I
you gonna
should
put it? You should put it there. Or
yeah, I'll just put it there.
Or there.
If it's big enough, I'm gonna put it there. I'm saving either a bookcase for there.
Yeah.
Or something there. I don't know how big it is. So it's
there. That one's a good spot. Too,
yeah, I'll show you guys. Yeah, I'll show you once I get it. It's mindchill.com. They don't sponsor the show or anything. I just bought
it.
I bought art from it and it's fucking awesome. So I get the picture of it. It looks cool. Yeah, so that's gonna be sweet.
Trippy stuff, man.
Trippy stuff, man.
Which I'm really liking our color schemes today. You got whole little tie dye on you, and then you got the blues to match, and then I got my blues and greens and
I got a green undershirt.
Oh yes,
See, that's what's
undershirt. I don't wear undershirts.
Yeah,
it's not a thing I do.
Yeah, I like wearing it. It makes me feel safe.
Yeah, that's fair.
It's like a little safety blanket.
Just like,
it's like because it's tighter than the overshirt, so it's just like
I was like, hi.
It's just a little hug.
Just a little hug.
But yeah, it's trippy. Like they don't understand breast milk, like how that connection happens. Like that's wild, man. And I think it's almost instantaneously changes. It's not like, oh, let me change 8 hours from now.
It's like, this is what you need now. Bloop.
Yeah, I believe it's. I mean, like I guess once the batch that's in there is 8, I think the next one is like exactly what it needs. I think is how it works. I could be wrong on that. I believe it's almost instantaneous, like how it changes.
Be like, oh, I see the enzymes. We need to change now.
Yeah. That's crazy. I don't think it can be enzymes, man.
Or whatever.
But you know what I mean?
Chemicals.
Like if you think how like that's, I don't know, man.
Colosum. That's another thing.
Costrum callosum.
Bill Donahue.
Yeah.
He talks about that. The land
comic?
of the.
He's not a comic.
No, he's
the other guy. I need.
He's the other guy. Yeah. He's like goes from. I mean, the class that he's teaching looks like any regular Sunday school class, like adult Sunday school class, Bible learning, and he takes things directly from the Bible, and he's like, "Hey, but have you thought about it this way?" So he does like the land of the milk and honey, where the Jews, right? Oh my gosh, yeah, the Jews wandered into for the 40 years. Land of the milk and honey, he talks about your pineal gland and your pituitary gland, because your pineal gland can produce DMT. He literally talks about it.
Yeah.
And how DMT is a honey. It is a honey color. It is a golden. It really? Yeah, it's a golden. Whenever you see it in like crystal form, it is a golden color.
Huh. I read something somewhere. I can't.
And then our bodies physically make milk, but he's talking about our brain.
Yeah.
And it's like going to the land of milk and honey is creating that connection so that you can come into your pineal gland and understand how to activate it.
It's crazy when you look at those old teachings through that lens. A lot of it fits.
Oh, it's crazy. That is all Bill Donahue does.
Yeah.
Is he talks about this connection between, like, especially for people like us who grew up with the Bible.
Yeah.
Like, no, this is the word of God.
Yeah.
And you're like, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And then you have, in the beginning was the word, and the word was God. And then you have like, hey, words are sound, vibration, and spells.
And create everything.
And that is our matter. And like the whole vibration, that's exactly what he goes into. It's phenomenal.
I have to check that out.
He's my favorite.
Every time you talk about it, I'm like, I got to get into that.
Oh, he just goes through exactly like you would in Sunday school. He just goes through different chapters. He goes through like Luke and John and Mark and the words of God and like, or the words of Jesus and the whole thing.
Yeah. I think the coolest thing about those
teachings. About it differently.
Yeah. I think the coolest thing about those teachings, besides they're ancient and you can still have to tease them out and study them. Like, you know what I mean? Like barbarians wrote this down basically, you know what I mean? And then even now in our sophisticated time, you still have to tease it out and learn and study it. It's so applicable. But there's so many layers. Like you could look at those teachings in so many different lenses and so many layers. And it's so cool because it fits so many different lenses.
Yeah. Yeah, Bill Donahue, he's top notch.
There's not a lot of stuff that does that. Where if you look at it from this way, it doesn't work. If you look at it from this way, but this like so a lot of those teachings, well, almost all of them, I guess, like you can look at it from different ways. You're like, oh yeah, that works.
Yeah, and then he will bring it into like Hinduism and Taoism, and
I've been into Hinduism lately. That's
so he brings a lot of those like connections back to it, and then it's just like, but then he also brings like the science of everything.
Yeah, that's cool.
Great.
That is cool. Bill Donahue.
He gets so excited.
I love listening to people, even if I don't like it. Like if they're really into it.
He's so excited, and it's really good. I like listening to him on the way to places.
Yeah, I feel like
he's got like hour-long little blurbs.
Sometimes I feel like I can feel their energy, and if I don't even care about it, like I can't think of something I don't care about.
So if you Google Bill Donahue, the two people you're going to get, one's a politician. Not that guy. He ain't it. I don't know nothing about that guy. But if you see Bill Donahue, and the craziest thing is it's like it's being recorded on like VHS.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, some of them are not even that old, like maybe 2000, but just the fact that they're recorded
like
on
a camcorder, like old school.
Yeah. So like it looks kind of gray.
little recording button.
It doesn't have the record at the bottom, but you can definitely tell it's like a tape, and it's kind of in the back of the room. So sometimes you can't hear the questions from the people in the room.
Gotcha.
But he'll write things down on the board, and it's just, it's him at the front of the classroom.
Yeah. The other day, we were at me and Andre, I think we were at a thrift shop, and there was a VCR.
Nice.
I go to the thrift shop.
Did he not know what it
I
was?
had no clue.
I was like, what's that?
And I couldn't even describe to him what it was because he had no frame of reference because I don't even have a DVD player.
Yeah.
I don't even use DVDs anymore. You know what I mean? So I was like, yeah, you film things on tape and you stick it in, you play it. He's like, what's a tape?
I'm like, bless it, boy.
Yeah. But he didn't like his frame of reference sucked so bad. I couldn't even give him like, yeah, it's like a DVD, but older because we don't even stream everything. We don't even use DVDs. So I was like, it's kind of like a video game disc, but for movies.
Yeah.
And he was like, and you stick it in something. I was like, yeah, that's how you watch it. And
Yeah, I had that DVD video or VHS combo. Yeah, but I also had like, I was born in the 90s, so I went from like ratchet technology to like now.
Yeah, I think on those you could like record a DVD onto a tape.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We couldn't go the other way. But
yeah. But you used to be able to like take a DVD.
But I remember VHS recorders, Blockbuster, Be Kind, Rewind.
Be Kind, Rewind, man. Did you ever go to like a not a chain video store, rent like a hole in the wall?
I mean, Ingles used to have one.
Really? So like if you went to one that was like in a strip mall or whatever, I never got to do it because I wasn't old enough. They had like a beaded wall.
Oh yeah, that's where the porn was.
This was where the porn was, man. We used to always, I was a little kid, me and my friends just like stick our head and be like, what?
Be like, whoa, I saw a titty.
Yeah, I didn't even know what titty was. I was just like, wow, look at those things, man.
Yeah, the 80s trying to like look at human bodies was just like, okay, we have an operation. A comedian talks about this. He's like, all right, your big brother's going to pick it up. He's going to leave it in this bush on 34th Street. Man. You're going to ride your bicycle over. You're going to come back to my treehouse, drop it off at 6 p.m. We're all going to go and we're going to open it up together.
I remember the first time I saw porn.
Yeah.
I was a little kid. It was on accident. I wasn't actively seeking it. So when I was a little kid, my mom and my dad were stealing cable. So we had all the cable channels. They had like a thing where they had every channel, right?
Yeah.
So I'm just in the morning,
flipping through, man.
Yeah, this is the morning before school. I remember I was just flipping,
seeing titties.
Yeah, I was trying to find G.I. Joe. That's what my goal was. Like G.I. Joe was in one of these million channels.
You found G.I. Jane getting it.
Yeah, it did.
In the butt. No, I'm kidding.
It wasn't in the butt. It wasn't in the butt. That would I wouldn't even have known then.
Yeah,
if
be
it
like,
was.
that's how you make babies? All right.
Yeah, I just remember I was flipping and there was a naked dude with gray hair. and then a lady
Seeing
dude.
a naked man is just like,
yeah.
I wouldn't say disturbing, but it's intense.
It's
intense.
Like, well, especially
when you're coming like just on it. And you're
I was in third grade, I think. Oof. I could be wrong on that, but I think I was in third grade. And again, I wasn't seeking this. I just bad parenting and having porn channels available.
Whoops.
And then I flipped on it, and then I just remember it was like a naked gray haired dude and a lady doing things to his wiener.
No, yeah.
Yeah, and then I saw him come.
Oh.
And I was like,
that's intense.
I was like trying to relate that to myself.
I was like, my body don't do that yet.
And I was like, that pee looked weird. And then I remember talking to my mom I would turn it because I wasn't interested in it. I thought it was gross and weird. I was like trying to find G.I. Joe, you know what I mean? And later on, I was talking to my mom. I was like, hey, I saw a movie and there was naked people and the dude's pee was weird.
Yeah.
She was like, what?
I feel like, what the fuck?
Don't watch that channel. I was like, I don't want to watch that channel.
I feel like, this is the 80s. I have to flip through all the channels. There's no guide button.
This was the 90s. No, it wasn't the 90s.
But there still wasn't like a guide.
I don't know how old
you could see the guide.
I don't think I could.
Start to flickty.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. But that was my first experience in naked porn.
Woof.
Yeah. The first experience I had with porn that I wanted, that was unwanted porn, is me and my friend were walking through the woods. Like you just in trails. Like we were just after school playing or whatever. We was playing like ninjas or whatever.
Yeah, how people were like, yeah, kids, go and be outside.
Yeah, I was just told to get the fuck out. So in a good way. That's one thing I appreciate about my grandparents. And I was just outside playing. And we're walking the woods and we looked down and there's a magazine on the ground.
Oh.
Yeah, and
it had a classic Playboy.
Yeah, it was a Playboy. It had a Wolfman on the front.
Nice,
because it was a Halloween edition.
Yeah, you should have saved that bad boy.
We kept it in the woods, like in a little thing until it disintegrated.
Yeah,
because we couldn't take it home because it was porn. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we're just walking through the woods. We're like, yeah, ninja move, Ninja Turtles or whatever.
Like, oh shit!
Then I don't remember how it happened. Somebody picked it up because they looked kind of cool. It didn't have boobs on it. I don't think. We opened it up and there was boobs.
And you're like, whoa.
Me and my friend were like, let's keep this.
We need to put this in a safe place.
Yeah, so I think we got like some kind of little dumb box and put it in and left it in the woods. The one we kept everywhere we go play ninjas and look at the vampire boobs.
Appreciate not being a small young man in life.
Man, I can't imagine it now with like just porn being everywhere, man. Like we had to like actively like go in the woods.
You had to hunt for it.
Yeah, man, we're in the woods and like looking for fucking old ass skeleton nudity.
Yeah.
But now it's just like it's everywhere.
You ain't even got to try. I mean, like Coca-Cola ads. And you're like, that was explicit.
Is that a nipple?
That's
Coca-Cola?
like, wow.
There's nipples and everything.
I'm like, that's a lot. Yeah, I think we talked about that before.
There's nipples on everything.
Everywhere. It's like, I didn't even ask for it.
Yeah, it's like, I don't know, man. Like, I'm trying not to get Andre a phone until he's like 22.
Yeah, that's fair.
I know that's not going to
be like, you know what? I'll just hang out with you and like, you don't need to call me because I'm already there.
Yeah. So like, I know that's not going to work out, but I'm just going to be like, whenever he does get his phone.
They do have good parental controls though, where you can like change.
So I'll do all that. And then there's going to be a time.
You can be like your own China version. Be like, you have limited access.
Fuck yeah, man. He's going to get China. But there's going to be a time where that ends, right? Because like he's out in the world, a certain teenager time, you know what I mean? And there's internet everywhere in the phones. I'm like, look, dude, I need to talk to you about this porn.
Be like, don't get addicted to it because it's going to consume your life and you're not going to do anything else.
I can't imagine being a puberty boy with limitless porn. Limitless.
It's gotta be rough. Be like, I'm gonna go be in my room for the weekend.
Oh, I can't wait till I catch him jerking off. Oh, I can't wait, man.
Make him like a little half barn door. Just keep it open.
Nah, I probably won't I won't fuck with him. I mean, I'm gonna fuck with him a little bit.
You gotta fuck with him a little bit.
Yeah, I'm not gonna make him
especially
feel bad
as like dad son. I feel like that is gold.
Yeah. I mean, I'll mess with him. But like, look, dude. Everyone jerks off. It's cool. That's like, let me tell you when to do it and like how to not get caught.
Yeah, be
off.
like, I don't phically want to see it, but I know you're going to be doing it.
Yeah, let me just tell you the proper times, like how you need to do it. Like not actually like jerk off, but like, it's no one knows you're doing it.
Yeah, let's get some discreetness in your life.
It's like, dude, stop taking like
45-minute showers.
Yeah, stop taking like 7 30-minute shits a day.
Yeah.
Like you don't have to shit that much. You gotta space out your jerk off lies.
Oh man.
But yeah, so
I'm blessed. I've been the youngest child, and obviously my brother had his own room.
Yeah, but I can't. I mean, it's got to be crazy. Those kids right now, they're just like overwhelmed with like, sexual stimulus. And I'm no prude or anything, but I can't imagine it, man.
Yeah,
like,
it seems very distracting. Be like, I have other things that I can consume my brain with.
Yeah, because I remember like that shit would click on to me like it is like fucking
too. And then like also on like a spiritual side, like constantly staying in your root and sacral chakras, and never allowing yourself to like come higher up.
Yeah.
That's kind of the whole thing behind abstinence.
Yeah, it's true.
Saving the seed, saving the oil.
You told me about the oil.
That's what Kundalini's kind of like, so that you could.
Yeah.
Bill Donahue didn't talk about this. Santos talked about it. I like Santos. I forget his last name. He's got like an Italian last name. He also did a lot of this stuff between like the Bible, and he did a little bit of like astrology. He went to like how the cosmos kind of move and then related it to the stories of the Bible.
Oh, that's cool.
But he was a little rough. I mean, 16-year-old me was like definitely on point with this guy because he's like, Jesus. And he was just a little condescending. And I was like, I don't need that kind of negativity. I've moved past that stage of my life. But he had some good information. But I like Bill Donahue more. Like he's wholesome as fuck.
Yeah, I want to check that out. That sounds cool.
What was I saying though?
I don't know. I got into Kundalini here recently.
Oh yeah, the oil and stuff.
Yeah, I've been trying to
bring it up and to be able to like activate your pineal gland, and that's like the intent behind meditation and moving through your chakras and moving the energy in through your body.
So I'm weird. Like I love magic and weird shit. Yeah. Like I want it to be real more than anything. But then I'm also like, that's bullshit.
Yeah.
I have this but like I love it. And then my initial reaction of everything, not everything, of some things I'm like, that's baloney. And then like 10 seconds later.
Baloney McPhoney.
Yeah, but then 10 seconds later, I'm in it.
I'm like,
and then my whole life.
I'm going to read about it.
And then my whole life's different and I do it from here. You know what I mean? Like, it's just that first initial 10 seconds of like seeing it.
I need to see how long it takes me to get to his house.
So
my
like,
parents' his houses.
Yeah, that's cool. So like,
I got to go.
All right, hold on. Let me tell you this one story. And then you can go.
Yeah.
I'll just keep talking to the people, man.
Hello, people.
So like, I like Kundalini because it's not yoga for exercise. Like I'm not particularly into yoga for exercise.
That's fair.
Yeah, I want to do yoga for the connect my mind to
your body.
Yeah, and then the body to the spiritual. Like that's why I want to do it.
Yeah.
I like moving and stuff, but like that's not. Like I don't want to do hip hop yoga. Yeah. Like I'm not interested in that.
Yeah.
So I was doing I got into some Kundalini. You have to start. Have you ever done it before? Like any Kundalini practices?
I have done like a few practices.
So it's weird. I can't remember their asanas. There's a fancy word for it. Like their class, they have a set. Like you don't make up classes. Like there's like a couple thousand sets that have been developed over the years. You do them.
Yeah.
So it's not like a yoga class where you sequence the class together. You just do the set. That's been done for like 1,000 years, whatever.
Different than asana.
Asana, that's the word.
Asana, okay.
Yeah, I couldn't remember the word. Sorry,
Okay.
I thought it was Asana. But so you start with rubbing doing that, and you feel it in your heart or whatever, which I was like, I don't feel it in my heart, but that's fine.
Like it's fair.
Yeah, but in the first 10 seconds of anything, I'm a douche. You know what I mean? But then I'm like, now I'm all in. Now I'm like, you know what I mean?
It's like, I feel it. I feel it.
Yeah, I feel it. But you have to start with this mantra.
Yeah.
And I can't say it because it's in language. I can't remember it.
Sanskrit?
Yeah, and I think I think so. But I know what it is. I have a hard time saying it, but I was like, okay, I'll listen to it. I was like, this is kind of lame. But then I was like, I'm gonna do it because that's how you have to do it physically. It does, and I did the mantra, and it's basically the mantra in English is bow to the inner teacher within.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that's how you start it, right? So I did that 3 times, and I did it how they taught me to do it with like through the certain passage of your nose and stuff to vibrate your pineal gland and all this stuff. And when I was learning to do it, I was like, all right, whatever, it's lame.
Yeah.
But then I did it, and I got done doing it, and I was like, I can see the world.
Fucking rock on.
So then, yeah, it was cool. I did. I was like, I'm all in.
That's fun. Treehouse has they have a song, "You Are the Guru."
Yeah. So now I'm all like, I'm doing all this shit. Like now, I'm like, but it was just like now I'm like hardcore into it. Like, I'm not an expert, but I've only been doing it like a week.
Yeah.
But like it was just funny. The first 10 seconds, I'm like, this is baloney.
This is bullshit.
10 seconds later, in, I'm like, I am a guru.
I am my own guru. I am my teacher and my student.
Yeah. I thought that was funny. Like I'm like, dude, you're so weird. But anytime I think someone's baloney,
I mean, you should have skepticism
Yeah.
whenever you start things. And then you are free to change your mind as things evolve and you try them.
sure, I'm not a professional skeptic. I like to like things, but certain things I'm like, yeah, right. There's no
You should
magic.
be a skeptic in the first few minutes and be
true.
like, I don't fucking know anything about that. I can't just be like, yeah, I love it.
Yeah, I know me. Like, I want magic to be real.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not like, yeah, like metaphorically. Like, no, I want fucking magic, man. So anything that gets into like mysticism or whatever, I'm like, I instantaneously want it to be like overpoweringly real.
Yeah.
I know it's real, but I mean, I want it to be like overpowering.
I need it.
Like, I want to take energy from the moon and like shoot it out of my hands. Like, you know what I mean? So like, every time I see something,
Need
like,
that junk DNA activation, bro.
I do. Just get your friend on the podcast.
Yeah, Mackenzie Brown, I'm coming for you, girl.
Just coming.
Coming.
Follow us on the internet, never99.com.
Bam, spam.
Bam spam. That's not it. That's just a fun word. No numbers spelled out. Check us out in all the places where people check out people.
Yeah.
What else you got to do? Like and subscribe.
Like and
Basically, just tell
subscribe
people
us,
that.
be our friends.
Yeah, be our friends and tell other people that we talk about weird shit with What do we talk about? Nonsense. This is nonsense. It's good. I was gonna say nonsense, but
That's nonsense.
nonsense. All right,
All the things.
Check out our nonsense.
Bye, guys.
Peace out.
I'm gonna go birthday party.
Birthday
up with my
party.
niece. Boom, boom, boom.